Hello everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Chef Natalie Palmer of ElegantlyRAW Cuisine, and today I'm really excited about the recipe I am going to make for you. Actually, I wasn't going to make this recipe, but um, it just so happened that I had to make it. Anyways, at ElegantlyRAW Cuisine, we teach people how to eat food that is natural and healing to your cells, because we know that your cells are very important to your health. And we ask people to really think about, why are we sick? And where do we need to focus on to restore with good nutrition and lifestyle changes. And when you think about it, we are made up of cells, and our cells make our tissues, and our tissues make our organs, and our organs create our systems, like your reproductive system, your cardiovascular system, and all these systems come together to create you, me, the body we have. So when I think about restoring health or restoration, I always think about targeting the cellular level. And as a doctor of clinical nutrition, I'm very, very passionate about healing at the cellular level and about cellular nutrition and cellular restoration. So today we are going to make my favorite sprouted buckwheat, garlic, rosemary butter. And then I have a treat for you. And I would show you how we can enjoy this butter. I was not going to do dehydrated anything for dehydration, but I had some leftover pulp and I had to create something with it. So I'm going to show you how to enjoy the butter with a dehydrated item. All right. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been hanging out with me from day one, welcome back. And I'm hoping that you're trying the recipes and you're enjoying it. So let's see. Day one, we did a golden milk, an ElegantlyRAW golden milk with a secret ingredient. We always try to add, we don't like to do things the same way as everybody does it. We always try to add something in our recipes to make it more nutritional and more healing to the body and to the cells. We always want to think about, when we eat this food, what the food does to our body. Are we creating an inflammatory state within our body, or are we creating an environment within our bodies, within our cells, that the body can heal, that the cells can thrive, that the cells can detox, that the cells can take in glucose, and the cells have energy. So this is what we do here at ElegantlyRAW. We think about how we combine our food. We think about all our ingredients. We don't fry or barbecue the food or do anything that will kill the nutrients within the recipe or within the meal. So anyways, so again, we're making our sprouted buckwheat, garlic, rosemary butter, and for that recipe, here are the ingredients. You would need some sprouted almonds, with about a cup of almonds with about 3 cups of water. So we're gonna make some nut milk as our base to blend 1 cup of sprouted buckwheat. We also have some garlic, of course, because it has garlic in the butter. Some salt to bring out the flavor. We're going to add a little bit of turmeric to give it color, and then for that added anti-inflammatory component, we're going to add the rosemary. And what I did with the rosemary, I think I put like about 1/4 teaspoon in here, and then I added a little bit of olive oil, and the olive oil will help to bring out the aromatics from the rosemary. And this was from my garden, freshly grown in my garden. So I dried it, open air dried it, and then I just soaked it in some little bit of olive oil, extra virgin, of course, first pressed olive oil. And then we'll add a little bit of citrus to give it, to balance out the flavors, let's just say that. But the star of the show, the secret ingredient in this recipe is sunflower lecithin. And I'll tell you more about sunflower lecithin in a bit. So let's just get cooking. Not cooking, prepping, making, whatever you want to call it. So here we go. Cup of almonds, 3 cups of water. And then I would need this to make my nut milk. Of course, let me wear my gloves. You know, I'm not sure who will be eating this, so because I like to share my food, and I don't know who might be dropping by. So there we go. Wonderful. So now we'll just prep this to strain the nut milk, my milk bag to strain the nut milk. So let's just blend this up here for a minute. So we have some nut milk, and I try to make it as thick as I can, or creamy as I can. Oh, here we go, making mess. All right. So I'm just going to try to milk it in this little glass jar here. And I don't throw my pulp away because I can use my pulp for something. So we are going to just try to get about 2 to 3 cups of fresh sprouted almond milk here. All right, as much as we can get. All right, I hope you're trying these recipes. Okay, I'm going to just save my pulp because I can do wonderful things with the pulp. Wonderful. All right, I have a little bit more in the container. And I'm just going to give this a quick rinse because I don't want pulp in my butter. All right, quick rinse there. All right. Okay. Now just dump this in here. And I'll use this later for crackers, breads, pie crusts, cakes, burgers, whatever. All right. All right, so now I'm just going to add my sprouted buckwheat to the blender. I'm going to add the garlic, fresh garlic, 3 cloves of garlic, and that was a cup of buckwheat, sprouted buckwheat groats packed. I'm going to blend this to a smooth texture consistency. I'm also going to add the turmeric because I want everything to be blended very smooth. And I'm just going to put enough water as I need, okay? So let's just start with a little bit here, just to cover the sprouted buckwheat and the other items in the blender. So let's blend again. As smooth as you can. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more water in there. Milk, sorry. I think it's smooth enough. So I'm gonna put it here on the side, what's left over there. So I am going to run the blender very low, and then I'm going to add my my olive oil and my sunflower lecithin. And why I'm running it, why I'm adding the sunflower lecithin while the blender is running, because sunflower lecithin could clump up in your recipe, and you don't want to clump up. So you want to run the blender and add that to it. I'm actually going to add here, before I put that in, juice of half of a lemon. Gives it a nice flavor when you use the juice of half of a lemon, or 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So you just add that. So my friends, and I'm going to put like about 1/4 teaspoon of salt for flavor here. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about sunflower lecithin. Sunflower lecithin contains something in it called choline. So I know for a lot of vegans, we don't talk about choline a lot. Sometimes it's classified as a B vitamin. Sometimes you see it in supplements. Some supplements don't have it. But as vegans, it's important to get choline on a regular diet. A non-plant-based diet, most people get choline from eggs and the yolk of the eggs. But we don't consume eggs. So it's important to look for plant-based sources of choline. You can also find choline not Brussels sprouts. What is this white thing? Cauliflower as well. And some other plant-based sources. But the best source for choline, if you don't want to eat soy, would be sunflower seeds. And so the sunflower lecithin is packed with choline. And choline is important because it is a phospholipid. And a phospholipid is actually very important for your cell membrane, the outsides of your cell, the cell wall. And a lot of people who eat a lot of cooked fats, omega, processed fats, things like that, you find that their cell walls become rigid because you're not eating, raw fats, like healthy fats like avocados and nuts and seeds and unprocessed fats and things like that, omega-3 fatty acids. You find that their cell walls become rigid. So choline, which is a phospholipid, is really good for the cell membrane because it improves the cell flexibility. And if you think about how you get diabetes, choline is very good as part of a diabetic protocol to help improve the integrity of the cell membrane, making the cell membrane flexible, allowing the cell to detox as it needs and bring in nutrients as it needs, right? Or release toxins as it needs, because your cells do detox, okay? All right, so first, choline is also great for the liver. It helps with detoxing. And if you have fatty liver, you can add this as part of your protocol in your smoothies or creams, salad dressings, you name it, to help your liver improve the way it metabolizes fat. So it breaks down fat, it releases fat into the system. It's also good for brain health, helping you with focusing, memory, foggy memory, things like that. It also helps to reduce bad cholesterol. So if you are struggling with some kind of, with your body and the way it metabolizes fats or uses fat, add some choline to your diet and see what happens. And message me and let me know what happened. All right, so enough talking. Let's add this to so this is 1 tablespoon going in here, and then I'm going to add the oil, about 2 tablespoons of oil in here. Okay, and we're going to just bring it up a little bit. Now and I'm also going to add going to add 2 tablespoons of soaked and sprouted almonds. All right. 1. And I took the skins off of this one. It's skin almonds. Or you can add 2 tablespoons of pine nuts or 2 tablespoons of macadamia nuts. Anything without the skin, right? Because you want it to blend smooth. So now I have my rosemary. It's soaking in a little bit of oil. Now I don't want to blend the rosemary, so I'm just going to sort of pulse it in there. Or actually, I wouldn't pulse it in there. I could just fold it in, and you wouldn't see the end results until I put the butter to set in the fridge. Okay. So here I'm going to pour in the olive oil with the rosemary. And I'm just going to mix it up in there because I don't want the butter to be green. So I'm just mixing it in there. It's very creamy, nice and thick. And I am just going to, then I'm just going to pour this into a bowl and put it in the fridge so that it could solidify, all right? But I'm going to show you how I'm going to enjoy this recipe. And I'll tell you about what I did with my leftover pulp. All right. So, sorry, the board is just annoying me because it was all messy. Anyway, so let me tell you what I did with my pulp. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So now we are going to plate our breakfast, so to speak. And I'll show you how you can enjoy this butter once it solidifies and you want to enjoy it. So I'm going to show you. So what I did was, so I don't know if you took a look at my video where I made my soup. We made a really, not soup, porridge. We made a coconut, carrot, pecan, chia porridge a few videos ago. So go check out that video. And I had some pulp left over, and you know, I don't like to waste anything. I'm like, what can I do with the pulp? What can I do with the pulp? So I decided to make scones, raw scones. And I'm sure being on raw food, you love some crunch, the texture of bread. And this scone here will give you that texture. It wasn't much. I'll tell you, I ate 2 already, okay? It wasn't much pulp left over. So they came out really small, but they taste fantastic. So these are my carrot, date, pecan scones. And I just took the pulp and added some flaxseed to it. Then I cut up some dates and added some dates seed. I added more carrots and I added some sprouted buckwheat to it with a pinch of salt. And I just mixed that up, flattened it, cut them in triangles and dehydrated them overnight. You don't want them dry like a biscuit, but I dehydrated them overnight to get these beautiful, tasty, crunchy scones. So these I'm going to enjoy with some butter once the butter is set tomorrow. So maybe I can show you guys it tomorrow where the butter is set and ready. So I would enjoy these beautiful scones. And I have a dish here. So I'm going to make sure, see if this small dish would set faster. And I would put the butter in here. And this is what we will enjoy tomorrow for breakfast. And I have a few sprigs of, I'm going to put some rosemary in here. And then we'll just let that set in the fridge. And then we'll have buckwheat, rosemary, garlic butter with my beautiful scones, and everything is raw, everything is living because everything was sprouted. And I give thanks to my creator for providing the wonderful herbs and seeds that we can use to really bring healing to our bodies. And this is a high protein breakfast, so don't tell me you can't get protein on a raw food diet. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out with Elegantly Raw while I made this beautiful breakfast dish. Like and subscribe. Subscribe so that you can get all my videos or you know when I'm going live. Share with a friend. And my call to action to you is to add more living foods to your diet. You don't have to cook everything. You know, small steps, day by day, add a little bit more so that your body will enjoy eating food from nature. So thank you again and goodbye. Oh, let me I didn't try it. I can't. Tomorrow I'll try it for you because I want the butter to set, okay? So I just want to show you what this looks like. The scones and the butter. We know the butter hasn't set. So these are the scones. All right. So I needed to brush them with a little bit of date syrup. Or you can enjoy these with a jam. All right. Okay, so bye for now. Bye.